Welcome back, everyone, to the Legalize Stalling podcast. I am one of your hosts, Jake Tucker, here with Skylar Crespo. Glad to be back. We took a little bit of a break. When was the last one we did? Was that June? Maybe.
Yeah, right after like Final X, right?
Yeah, something like that, I think. We made the choice to kind of take a break, and now we're back because Senior Worlds is going on this upcoming weekend. I believe action starts on the 12th, right?
I think you're right. I could be wrong.
Maybe it's not tomorrow, is it?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I think it's Friday.
It's probably Friday or Saturday, the weekend. But yeah, we're excited to dive into this type of stuff. Crespo, what are you thinking?
Yeah, I'm excited to get back into talking wrestling. I was just telling Tucker, I wish it was folk style, honestly. I'm a little more knowledgeable with folk style and just American stuff in general, I would say. I know a decent amount about like our freestyle team, but I mean, it's hard to follow international wrestling. It's easier now than it used to be, but it's still hard to track down results from guys from Iran and Uzbekistan and all those countries. So,
yeah, it is. And plus, I mean, a lot of times it seems like the American wrestling media, I think they do a good job of covering, like the stuff that's happening on American soil, but there isn't a ton of coverage on what's going on overseas, it seems, which I guess isn't too bad of us. I don't know. I guess I'm kind of split on that one because it's like it does matter when this stuff rolls around, but at the same time, I don't know. Like ranking series tournaments and stuff like that.
Yeah. And it's hard to follow too because like some of your best guys don't wrestle all year. Like they don't wrestle until the Worlds. So it's like, what are you even following? Like you don't know what that guy's been doing. He's just been training for a year. So. Yeah,
and it's like when you look at a bracket and you don't recognize any of the names, like one of those guys could make a big run at Worlds, but you would never know like prior, right?
Exactly.
All right. I say we just dive into 57 kilos. The seeds are as follows. The number 1 seed is Spencer Lee. The number 2 seed is Abdullayev. The 3 seed is Aman. And the 4 seed is RBY. And Aman is Indian. Abdullayev, do we have a country? Do you know which country he's from? Uzbekistan?
I mean, you know where he's actually from for sure. but who does he compete for? That's a different question.
Yeah. Uzbekistan.
Okay, yeah, and then he's got to be Russian, right? Like,
I mean, yeah. I don't think we have to dig too deep into this one. He's from the Caucasus region. Sure.
Yeah, it's all the same. He's European. Let's just say that.
Okay. So, I don't know. How are you feeling? I think Spencer was clearly our best guy at 57. Watching, U.S. Open and Final X and all that stuff. I think my main concern with Spencer is, he's obviously got the strength and he is seasoned. But on his feet, it didn't seem like he had a ton of offense going in those matches with Lilladal. And when we've seen him recently, even with the super match with Ono, there wasn't like a ton of attacking. It was more so counterattacking, which obviously is important, but it's one facet of the neutral game. So I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, I agree. I would agree a little bit. I think to play devil's advocate, I think Lilladal is better than we probably all think. I think he's pretty legit, and I think in hindsight, Spencer's wins over him were actually pretty impressive. Like he was pretty dominant. You know what I mean? And maybe people are just looking at age and NCAA credentials and stuff and basing it off of that. I think he's a head above the field here. I mean, you have no Ono to compete with. You have no Higuchi to compete with. Like, I think he's the clear next best guy. I think it's his time right now. The biggest thing I want to talk about here, especially living in Arizona, the Golden Boy, Roman Bravo Young, potentially wrestling Spencer Lee in the semis. I won't name drop him, but we're gonna call him Biggie. That's his nickname. My roommate seems to be convinced that RBY can beat him. Um, you can go watch them wrestle. I think this February or March. And to me, Spencer Lee looked pretty dominant. He gave up a takedown at the end. I think 6-3 was the final score. But like Lee controlled that win the entire time. I think he looked a step ahead of RBY almost the entire match. I don't think he really has a chance to beat Spencer, to be honest. I don't. And maybe that comes off as disrespectful to RBY, but I think they're on a little bit different tiers as of right now.
Yeah, I think so. It's funny. My first thought was, oh well, RBY is now training in Stillwater. He's in a different environment. He's got Dayton Fix as a partner. Things like that. But leading up to when he wrestled Spencer Lee, I mean, I know he may have been at Stillwater for a little while prior to that match, but he's been in State College for years, so I think the training and everything is there, and everything's firing the way it should. I just think, at this stage, I don't know if RBY is going to be able to get that win over him.
Yeah, and honestly, maybe this is un-American to say, but I think I like RBY more than I like Spencer Lee. I think he's more likable. It'd be cool to see him win. I just don't think it's realistic. I also think RBY. Go ahead.
He's cooler.
Yes, way cooler, way cooler. But RBY has to get to that semi too. Like that's not a guarantee. As good as RBY is, he doesn't necessarily have the credentials on the world stage that he had in the NCAA. So and maybe this is his breakthrough tournament. Maybe I'm speaking too early, but. We'll see.
All right, now moving to 61 kilos. We got Yaguyev out of Russia, who's favored, and then Suda from Japan is on the up and come, and Abakarov from Albania has a history with Yaguyev. I think they may have split matches, or at least Abakarov has one win over Yaguyev. But I think. Being from the U.S., I think talking about Jax Forrest is a must, just because it was incredible to see him do what he did at Final X, or the Final X 2.0 at Fargo. And for an 18-year-old who's still got he's probably in what do you take as a senior, like calculus or something?
Yeah, senior math.
Yeah, senior math. I mean, but he's probably doing it all online from the camp that they're in Germany or wherever. I mean, it's super crazy to see a young kid get this opportunity. I'm excited to see him wrestle. I hope he does well.
Yeah, I mean it's a good weight too. There's some names in there. Aguyev, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure he's done most of his damage at 57 kilograms, so he's up now. Probably on the tail end of his career, probably not at his peak anymore, kind of on the downslope. But he's still obviously a very capable wrestler. He's the 1 seed for a reason. But yeah, not RBY. I apologize. Jax, first senior world team. Did we recap? No, we didn't. We didn't recap that, him wrestling Vito. So I just thought it was super impressive. 2 straight. I know a lot of people saying oh, Vito was hurt or Vito wasn't himself, but to me, Vito towed the line. He agreed to wrestle. So, I mean, the man won fair and square. He looked really good. He looked better than he's ever looked. How do you think he's going to do, though? That's. I mean, it's hard. The senior world is a whole new game.
I think. I mean, this is his first senior level competition outside of the U.S., correct?
No, he went to something. We sent him to Pan Am's or something, didn't we?
Senior Pan Am's?
Yeah, I think this spring. I think we sent him before he wrestled Vito. I thought he wrestled something like that.
Wow. Okay. Well, if that's the case, then
but also, yeah. Let's be real. Pan Am's it's harder to make the team than it is to win Pan Am's. I feel in America at least. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, like you said, first big test. I don't know how it's gonna go. I mean, he's obviously not a normal high schooler, but you got to remember he still is a high schooler. Like mentally, physically, like maybe the moment's gonna be too big. You know, maybe he needs to experience it a year before he can go win it. Sometimes guys got to do that, but I don't know. He also could ball out right away.
Yeah, I think him it being his first senior level world competition overseas. My initial thought is I'm not too confident in how he's gonna do. Having said that, this kid does nothing but prove people wrong. I mean, nobody thought he was gonna win the U.S. Open. Nobody thought that he was gonna. Well, I mean, after he won the U.S. Open, there was a little more hope for him to beat Vito, but there's still a lot of people saying that there was no chance. And the kid just freaking wins. And I I'm a huge fan of Jax Forrest, so I'm totally pulling for him. I want to see him do well. Um, I think the odds are stacked against him, but um, but I think he's talented enough to hang with them at the
I
very.
agree. I agree. I think he can wrestle with anybody. I don't think he's going to look out of place by any means. Now he's going to win. That's a different story. But he beat Vito. Vito's world champ. Like on the other hand, like Vito's been there, done that. So I wouldn't count him out, like you said. Now he's unseeded, so he's going to get drawn in randomly, which doesn't help his case. But maybe it does help his case. Maybe he gets a great draw. I guess we don't really know yet. Or our seeds out, or the brackets out.
Are the brackets out?
For some reason, I think they are.
Uh,
But I don't know if that. Actually, no, that's not right because they draw him in that morning.
okay.
Because remember when, like, who wrestled first round? Somebody crazy. Like, two
Oh,
dogs wrestled round one, and people found out, like, 5 minutes before that they were going to wrestle. Do you remember that?
well, I know it happened at the Olympics a few times. I don't know if it does the same. If the
Am I making this up by saying Yazdani Taylor wrestled, like, round one time?
I don't
Or
remember.
no, who did Taylor just wrestle at the World Championship and lose?
Oh, Sanjay Live.
Yeah, they wrestled
That,
round
I
one, did
think
they
that
not?
was either first or second round. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, that was crazy.
And then he
Um,
beat Gassenpour for third, I think, right?
uh, for bronze, yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, with with these names though, I mean, Yuguyev, Abakarov. I think if Jax were to make the podium, that would be that'd be huge.
Yes.
Um, so, all right, that was 61. Let's jump to 65. Um, the seeds, it looks like we're looking at Amuzad from Iran, former world champ. I think it was 2020, 2022 he won it. He was the one that beat Yanni in the final.
Yeah, I think you're right with 22.
And then Kiyuka from Japan, the Olympic
Yep.
champ, is,
Yep.
is the two seed. Um, you also have Seabass in there.
Yes. Is
Dudayev.
Muskayev? You say Muskayev?
Well, I don't see Musakayev on here, but let me look. Musakayev just wrestled Austin Gomez in like one of those ranking series, and
He got
Gomez,
beat up, didn't he?
Gomez pecked him. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was at 70 kilos.
Okay. But they both usually wrestle 65, correct?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
dude, I'm almost positive. I think Gomez is going 70.
Like permanently? Or you mean like this for this Worlds? You're saying?
Uh, I'm actually never mind. I'm not sure. Okay, but the U.S. is throwing out Real Woods at
Yes.
at our 65. He he looked super good at Final X. We I think yeah we covered final. We covered like
Yeah,
the
we talked about it.
Final X. He looked really good against Joey McKenna. Um, it was like highlight reel stuff he was hitting too, which was sick. Um, and he's got kind of a that Izzy style kind of like UFC fighter personality, which can be polarizing. But I think he's doing a good job of kind of building his brand too. I hope I hope Real does well. Um, it just kind of sucks because this is like the deepest weight. Always,
Always is.
always. But what do you think of Seabass?
Let me go back to Real Woods. I'm gonna steal the words from your mouth.
Okay.
I think you said this to me on the phone the other day. Real Woods is so much more likable since he's left Iowa, both stylistically and personality wise. I think he's just like you said, like he was never hitting highlight reel stuff at Iowa. He was very defensive and like just boring, kind of boring to watch as a fan. Whereas now it seems to be more exciting. But yeah, I don't know. His senior world debut. 65 is just a meat grinder, man. Like it, if he could get like fifth in this bracket, it'd be impressive. You know what I mean? So I don't mean to count him out, but kind of count him out. I would give Rivera, and if Gomez is in this bracket, which I think he is, I'm actually almost positive he is. I think both of those guys have a better chance of medaling than Woods does.
Yeah, I could agree with that. Now that I think about it, I don't know what Gomez was probably just wrestling 70 at that tournament. And he was planning to go down. But yeah, but I'm excited because I'd like to see Amuzad and Kiyuka wrestle. I believe they wrestled at the Olympics. If I'm not mistaken, Kiyuka upset Amuzad in like the semi.
I know Kayuka, I'm sorry, wasn't like a favorite going into the tournament. Like
No,
like nobody expected him to win that tournament.
no. And then Seabass, the guy he beat for third or for bronze at the Olympics, that was a huge upset too.
Mm-hmm.
So he's probably riding high on that. I'd like to see.
Yes.
I've always been a Seabass fan. Ever since he was
I mean,
Northwestern.
he's a pretty likable guy. I mean, I don't know. Now that I said it out loud, do we want to get into the transfer debate? Because we got two guys that we just said we think have a better chance of medaling at Worlds than our American rep.
And they're both the two American guys. Yeah.
Yes, and both grew up in the USA wrestling system. Both wrestled at NCAA schools, multiple NCAA schools at that.
Yeah, wow, that's crazy. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, so I don't know. It sucks. Like I'm still rooting for those guys. I still want those guys to do well, but like I was born in America. I want America to go win the Worlds, and that's kind of working against us. So I don't know. It's kind of frustrating now that I think about it.
Yeah, I worked with Gomez hired me for leading up to the Olympics, so I think my loyalty is to him. And he's an Illinois boy, so I think I'm going to be pulling for him actually.
Not to ask you to throw him under the bus, but do you think let's say if Rivera and Gomez are both American, they're still wrestling for America, who makes the team? Do you think either of them makes the team?
So, well, I mean, we did just say that both of them had a better chance of medaling over Real Woods, our representative. So,
yeah,
I think that Gomez,
those two would be the best. You think that'd be our 1 and 2?
Yeah.
I think you're probably right.
Gomez has been lighting it up too, man. I mean, I get it. Like the Flow Wrestling Night in America back in February, he destroyed Andonian, which I know that's nothing crazy, but like he looked good, and he's lost to Andonian before.
Yeah.
He goes to that ranking series, and Tech Falls Musakayev. I think it was like in the first period, like he destroyed him. I think his ceiling is so high. So yeah, like I said, I got to ride with my boy.
I think his style fits freestyle too, compared to folk. I think that transition makes sense for him.
Yeah.
But all right, you want to hop into 70?
Yeah, let's do it. Looks like the one seed is Japan. Aoyagi. Sorry, I'm gonna butcher some of these names. Defending champ is Kaipanov from Kazakhstan. It looks like he's back down from 74 kilos. We have PJ Duke, another high schooler from Team USA. So, first thought, PJ Duke or Jax Forrest? Who do you think does better at this level?
Oh, that is a great question.
Because like we've said it before, and I think you were the one that said it on the podcast after Final X. I mean, PJ Duke, this is a man's weight.
Yes. What is more impressive? I would say PJ Duke. Who's gonna do better? That's a great question. Oh my gosh, because they both beat Hammers in Final X, but kind of got to take it with a grain of salt because both the Hammers are like coming off injuries, or you know what I mean. There's a little bit of an asterisk there. Neither of these guys have competed at the senior world level. I think give me PJ. I don't know. I don't know, dude. That's a great question, actually.
Dude, what's crazy is like even though PJ looks like he's a little more like in tune with like the fundamentals of wrestling. Like when you watch him, it's a very like recognizable style. You know, you could probably like watch PJ Duke and be like, oh, he reminds me of this person. Jax, you can't do that with. Jax wrestles like nobody I've ever seen wrestle. Like such his own style, but at the same time, PJ Duke is hitting moves that are super outside the box. Like that one when we covered Final X, that limp arm to the overhook that we talked about. I mean, you don't see anybody hitting that.
No.
That was incredible.
Yeah. It is crazy. I mean, I think what you said makes sense. Like you wouldn't study Jax Forrest's film and try to replicate it because you probably can't. Like, whereas PJ Duke is a little more fundamental. I don't know, man. I'm trying to like debate their run to the world team spot, and they're both just gauntlets. So I don't know, man. I really don't.
Also, just quick sidebar. On this preview for 70 kilos, they do have Gomez in there.
At 70?
Yeah.
Then he's got to be at 70.
Well, and then Musakayev is also at 70.
Okay.
So
I guess that kind of does make sense because one, it's not an Olympic year. Like he's probably going to go back down to 65 and 28. Two, Gomez called out Yanni after RAF, which Yanni is also at 70 kilograms. So I guess that makes sense.
yeah. Ooh, I can't wait to talk about RAF.
I want to see Austin Gomez and PJ Duke wrestle then. Like now. Now that I know that's a possibility, I want to see that for sure.
Okay, 74 kilos.
Okay.
I'm excited about this one. So Sidakov is wrestling.
He's back.
Now, and we also have Sherman Valiev from Albania.
Who beat Sidakov, correct?
Beat Sidakov at the Euros.
Yep.
2025 Euros.
Did you see that misdirection that he had on him?
Yeah.
Disgusting.
So
disgusting.
So Valiev was, I want to say, he lost to, I'm blanking on the name. The guy who won 74 kilos in Paris last year. I don't know the name, but he's a Russian transfer.
Is it Jamalov?
Yeah.
With a Z, right? Like ZHA, something like that?
Yeah.
Or Jamalov, maybe? Jamalov?
Yeah. Yeah. So you got Valiev, Sidakov, David Carr is in there for the U.S. Looks like there's a Kota Takahashi from Japan who people are high on.
That's not Takatani, though?
No.
It's a different one?
Doesn't look like it's Takatani.
Okay.
Carr beat Takatani, and
Yep.
Takatani was the silver medalist at in
Olympics.
Paris. Yes. I think even though Carr, this is his first senior world team, I seriously believe if that man is firing on all cylinders, he could 100% make a run at least to the podium. I think he could
Yes,
be a medalist.
I completely agree. The one thing I want to talk about that I've been noticing about Carr, like throughout his career, like he knows how to game plan for a match. Like like Messi Brink, I think is a perfect example of both folk style and freestyle. Like he gamed both of those matches. Like wrestled smart. Like I think that's one of his underrated skills, especially when he has time to prepare for a guy. And he's had months to prepare for this Worlds, right? Now, obviously, he might not know the exact guy he's going to wrestle, but he knows the contenders at the weight, right? He knows Sidikov's going to be a guy. He knows who's all in these weights. I don't know. I think he's gonna ball out. I really do. I love David Carr. I think I think he's gonna win it.
I think he's most
And part of
likable. I think he's like the most likable American wrestler currently competing.
I mean it's yeah. I mean Jax Forrest is pretty likable. Like he's pretty goofy. You know what I mean? He's young. But yeah, I would agree. Like who dislikes David Carr? If your name's not Mitchell Messbrink.
Yeah, I mean, but back to what you were saying about Carr's ability to game plan. Um, I agree, with one exception. I don't know what happened with him at the U.S. Open with Messenbrink because
Sure.
he really looked caught off guard in that match. Even though, I mean, you know what Messenbrink's going to do. He knew what Messenbrink was going to do. I just think maybe he got tired.
Yeah, probably wasn't in shape. Maybe it's part of the plan. Maybe he was like, we're gonna take this loss at U.S. Open. Like this doesn't matter.
Stop. Wait, so wait, then since David Carr lost, did he have to go to that challenge tournament?
He had to have, right?
Yeah, who did he wrestle there?
Um,
Shocked too. I can't remember who it was.
Got to be like 74. That's 163. So that's.
I couldn't even.
I mean, there's no Dakes, there's no Burrows.
Like, yeah, there's no like big names
Yeah, I'm trying to think who else he would have wrestled.
like
Um, Say it again.
Jared Jacuse.
Yeah, I actually did. Jared Jacobs not like make a run?
Dude, Jared Jacuse I think was on the national team like 2 years ago.
That's what I was gonna say. I think he. I almost think that's who he wrestled in the final. Um, yeah, I don't know who he wrestled in that mini tournament. I have to go back and look.
All right,
Um,
well, that's what we were talking about.
yeah, back to what we were talking about. I think Carr's gonna win it. I'm gonna say it. I'll say it on here. I'll probably look dumb when he goes and kind of poops the bed, but I think he's gonna win.
I don't think he's gonna. I don't think he's gonna shit the bed.
I don't
think.
either.
I don't think. I don't know if he's gonna. I think you saying that he's gonna win the entire thing is a hot take.
Yes,
I'm
a
not gonna.
thousand
I'm
percent.
not gonna roast you for it though because I want it to happen. I clearly. I mean, I'm an American, but
And I think it's possible. Like it's not like he beat the Olympic silver medalist. That's not you know what I mean. Like he
yeah,
can wrestle. He's at that level now. Does he have those accomplishments? Not yet, but always got to be a first.
yeah. There's always got to be a first. Yeah. Man, if whatever day it falls on, like Sunday or Monday, whatever, and if he's in the finals, like wrestling like Sidikov, that would be so sick. U.S. versus Russia.
Oh my goodness, dude, that would be so sick. Especially like the young guy Carr, like versus the old goat. Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah. All right, let's keep it moving. 79 kilos. Looks like the favorite is Ahmed Usmanov from Russia. He was world champ at 23. Got a couple wins this year at Euros and the how do you say that tournament? Yargin?
Urigan, I think. Yeah.
Iranian's good. Georgian's good. Ukraine's good. Levi Haynes is our representative. Levi looked really, really good throughout the entire process of choosing. I'd say when you stack our whole team up against pound for pound, who's probably the most talented? He's probably on the bottom half. Um, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, you're probably right when you look at him compared to a David Carr or a Spencer Lee or Kyle Snyder or one of those accomplished guys. Yeah, he's probably one of our worst guys that we're sending. First senior world team as well. I want to say he just competed somewhat recently at like a ranking series or something. Did he not? In between Final X and Worlds, I think he did. Um,
Did he?
I like Levi Haynes a lot. I think he's one of the biggest favorites coming into this NCAA season. I don't think there's really anybody in his tier right now at 174 when it comes to folk style. But freestyle is a whole different ballgame. He looked good when he wrestled Hamidi again, avenged that loss, kind of put it on him too. I don't know how well he's going to do. I don't see him medaling, but I would love to see it. You know what I mean? Obviously, yeah, I'm going to root for the American, but realistically, I don't think he's going to medal.
Yeah, I would agree. Him wrestling, this upcoming season in folk style, like you said, I think he's going to be totally dominant. Especially, this is just so much experience too. Getting through the world team process, making the team, going to worlds. Even if you don't come away with the hardware, I feel like your confidence heading back to the States would be super high. I don't see it happening for Levi. I don't mind Levi Haynes. I'm not like an outspoken like Penn State mega fan. In fact, it seems like I root against them a lot of the times. But I do, in these situations when they're on the world team and things like that, you got to root for him. So I hope he does well. But I guess we'll see.
I guess to add on to this, I keep going back to folk style. I just love folk style so much, if you guys can't tell. That transition from 57 to 174 for Levi Haynes was so seamless. Like, he didn't miss a beat. And I know he didn't win it last year at 74, but, like, he could have. You know what I mean? Like, he was in every single match. And he didn't look small, and he didn't look like he was overpowered at all. It makes me wonder, like, how much was he cutting to get to 157?
It didn't even look like he was cutting that much at 57. It actually looked like when he moved up to 74, his entire body. This is going to sound so stupid, but it looked like he actually grew.
I get what you're saying.
Instead of like putting on weight, it looked like he actually maybe like filled out his frame more,
Yeah, like his frame expanded.
Yes. Yeah, dude. It was. I guess that is just putting weight on, but like.
No, but I get what you're saying. Like he didn't. His shoulders got broader. Like his arms got longer. His legs got longer. Yeah. Like, I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because at 57, like I remember when he was wrestling at 57, there was never a moment where I was like, "That's a big 57-pounder."
Really?
No, I never thought that.
Dude, see, I thought the opposite.
Chase and him, when Chase wrestled in East Lansing, you were there, right?
Yeah. Actually, I think I was graduated.
Oh, were you?
I was on. Yeah, but I think I watched it on TV.
Chase and Levi wrestled in East Lansing. It did. I mean, it looked the exact same. There was no huge difference.
Fair.
That was a good match too.
Yes, it was.
Actually,
all right, 86.
Quick sidebar.
Go ahead.
I got on the mat with Chase last week.
How'd it go?
It went like you'd probably imagine. Like totally out of shape, broken hips, fucking, everything.
That first scramble though, I bet felt good.
Oh yeah. I like you could probably imagine. I probably had about 30 seconds in me, and we did have one good scramble, which was cool. But Stefan was like. He was like, "Man, Tuck, I thought you used to whoop his ass back at Michigan State." I was like, "Dude, that was in 2020."
Yes.
This is fun.
I know. I had somebody ask me the other day, like, "Hey, do you think you would beat yourself in college?" I was like, "Dude, I would get broke in half by myself in college. Like, first period, head in the mat, like, it'd be bad."
Yeah, I think about that too. Yeah, I would get broken mentally too.
Yes. 1,000%.
I'm just like, it's just you stop wrestling consistently and then you just become soft.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not tough anymore. Like I used to be a little bit, but not at all anymore.
Yeah, you know what? We gotta do something about that. All right, let's do. Which one is this? 74.
No, 86.
Oh, I'm sorry, 79, 86. Okay. So it looks like a favorite is this Gassimpur, who's dropping for.
Wrong. Give me Zahid. Give me Zahid.
I
That's my
mean,
favorite.
okay, so Zahid is on
No,
top.
you're right. On paper, Gossenport is the favorite, I would say, but matches aren't wrestled on paper.
Yeah.
Who else we got?
Hold on. Let me pull it up.
Yeah, Gossenport is very good. Iranian, I believe. Um, I saw a lot of. I don't know if you've ever noticed this, but wrestlers in Iran are like football players here. Like they're like celebrities.
Yeah.
So whenever an American's about to wrestle, like I noticed it when Taylor and Yazdani were kind of having a rivalry. If you look at David Taylor's old Instagram posts, there's like a ton of Iranians that will comment on his posts and be like, Yazdani is king. Like Yazdani's coming for you. Well, they're basically giving Zahid the same treatment with Gassimpur.
Shut up.
Yes, yes.
I love this type of shit. I love
And
it.
if you go to Zahid's Instagram, I think he reposted like a DM that he got that like Gassimpur is going to beat you or something or like something along those lines. Which I agree. I love it because like that country loves wrestling. Like they support their wrestlers. That's cool to see to me. That your wrestlers are actual pro athletes, whereas here, like to us, they're pro athletes, but over there, they're like LeBron James or Tom Brady. You know.
Kamran Gassimpur. Yeah, so I see somebody just adding him. I don't see any like shit talk thus far. Hold on, let me see. Dude, Zahid, I'm so happy that Zahid finally made that team. Well, okay, so this guy commented on a different post, the same thing. Just
Just at
oh, okay, I
Gassimpur.
see it. I see it. Kamran with the king crown. Dude, that's so funny. I love it.
Me too.
He
I
probably loves it too. He probably loves it.
Oh yeah, and like you said, I'm also happy Zahid is on the world team. I was talking. I don't remember who I was talking to about this, but I think like in terms of just highlight tape, like as a fan watching wrestling, Zahid's got one of the deepest bags in the world. Like his ducks, like just everything he does looks cool. You know what I mean? Like he's just fun to watch, and I don't know. That's always cool to have.
He's fun to watch, but he's also like stressful to watch. Like I'm always like kind of worried whenever he's wrestling because he just looks exhausted whenever he's out there. Like mouth is hanging open. He's got long hair and he sweats. He's probably already sweating when he walks out there, but
Yeah,
it's like mopped when he's out there. And
like greasy.
I wrestled for 20 years, so I mean I know at least a part of what he's feeling. And I think back to like when I was wrestling, it's like, bro, he's probably exhausted.
It's like when you look at the clock and you expect there to be like 30 seconds left, and then it says like a minute 45. You're just like let me act like I can pull my socks up, buy a little time or something.
I wonder.
No, but I don't know. I also think he's looked a little different since being at Okie State. I would say, you know, I think that move was good for him. It seems like he's been killing it since. I mean, he's obviously got the partners. You know, what I mean, you got David Taylor in the room. Who else is he working out with there? Plot
Um,
probably.
what I mean, yeah, Lockett.
Lockett.
The guys on the team, like you got like Zach Ryder in there.
Yeah, Zach Ryder, Facundo.
Um, I mean, he could probably get a good look from Wyatt too.
Yeah, yeah, 100%.
All right, I'm not even gonna like act like I know the other names in that bracket other than Gossenpour.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I don't either.
So 92 is kind of the same thing. I'm not gonna lie. I don't really know a ton of these names.
Trent Headley on a team though.
Yeah, Trent Hidley on the team. I was super happy that Hoagie Hidley was able to make that team. feel like he was always like kind of the what do they
Second
call it?
fiddle.
Always
Second
the
fiddle.
bride. Yeah, yeah. Always the
Or
bridesmaid.
yeah,
Never the bride.
yeah, yes, the bridesmaid, not the bride. That one too. Yeah.
Yeah. Um, he actually on the world stage, not the world stage, at the world at the senior level overseas, he has had some success.
Yeah. He just
So that
hasn't made a team.
yeah, right. So that is promising. It's
100%.
kind of like the Joey McKenna of the bigger weights, because like Joey McKenna will like tech fall like an Olympic silver medalist, but then he can't make the team in the U.S.
Yes.
So
Yes.
that's kind of how Hidley is. Um, so yeah, I hope he does well.
He. Yeah. I mean, he's got experience there, so it's not the same as like a Jax Forrest or PJ Duke, where it's like this is their first kind of big show event. I shouldn't say that, but first world stage event. I know he hasn't been to the Worlds, but like you said, senior level tournaments, like the same guys that are going and medaling at Worlds are at a lot of those events. So he's been there. He's kind of done that. I guess not literally, but pretty much. Yeah. I don't. You know anybody else in the weight? Is he seated?
Well, it looks like he's at the top of the conversation,
Okay.
as opposed to he's not at the very top, but he's like top three, top four
Yeah. Yeah.
in that mix. And
So
on
you
the
got a
other
chance.
hand, yeah, yeah. Um, as opposed to like at 65 kilos, it's so deep that someone like Real Woods is just kind of in the middle, right?
Yes. Yeah, and this is a non-Olympic weight too. Kind of a weird weight too. How much is this in pounds? This is 92 kilograms. It's like 180 something. No, that's way off.
It'd be a little more than
213. Or is 213.97 kilograms? So maybe 202.
202.
202. Yeah, that's kind of a weird weight. Kind of that tweener in between a heavyweight and like a 97 or whatever you want to call it. Yeah, I don't know. I hope Trent Hidley goes and does well for himself. I think he's a likable guy too. Did you call him Hoagie Hidley earlier?
Yeah.
I saw that they reposted that on Flow or something the other day, and I think I commented on it. You know how dry that sandwich must have been after a full overtime match? You know how dry your mouth is?
Yeah, I can't imagine. I mean, I don't know what their plan was, whether or not like they brought it in from outside or they bought it there. But I can't imagine that they like put mayo and mustard on it either.
It's just a dry ham sandwich.
Oh my God. If I could pick one thing to immediately get off the mat without water and eat and not eat, like a ham sandwich is at the bottom of my list.
Oh, yes. Just dry, just sticking to the roof of your mouth, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
That'd be awful.
Um, 97 kilos.
Sadulayev out, right?
Yeah, Sajalayev is out. Tazadinov would be the front runner.
Yeah.
And he's Iranian, correct?
Tazadinov? No, he's not Iranian. He's Russian, but then he competes for Bahrain.
Bahrain.
Yeah, Bahrain. I think I don't even think this is a hot take. I think Tazadinov is the best wrestler in the world, pound for pound. What he did to Snyder and Sajalayev the last time we saw him wrestle was like movie stuff. Like, I mean, ridiculous. He's young too, is he not? He's not like, isn't he like 20 or 21 or something stupid like that?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, so he might just be scratching the surface even. So he's
the
the
name we're going to be seeing for a while.
yeah, and I think he's the guy until we see a different result. I'm not going to predict Snyder to beat him, especially with the summer turmoil. But maybe that's what he needs. Maybe he needs some motivation. I don't know, man. Now, Snyder's probably the second best guy in the weight, right, in terms of credentials.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, so It'd be cool to see him go ball out. I mean, I want somebody to beat Tasadino. Everybody wants to see an underdog win. I just don't think it's gonna happen.
Neither do I. Yeah, Kyle Snyder. I'll tell you, the Kyle Snyder scenario that went down. I feel like that news was big for about 2 weeks, and then after Final X, you didn't hear anything about it. Which that often happens, but I feel like he's maybe like rebuilding his image.
Yeah, I think like you said, like he just went the wrestler way about it. Like, I'm just gonna wrestle. Like just moved on. And I mean, it seems to be working all right.
Yeah, it's just like who cares? Who cares?
Do you know why Sedgelayev is out?
So
It's it was something weird with like a visa, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like it's not he was doing PEDs. It's not like a wrestling thing. It's like he was like entering countries with a fake visa, right, or something.
Here, let me look it up.
Yeah, I don't know the exact. I don't even know how like foreign travel really works and stuff like that, especially with those countries.
Neither do I. Well, I guess the only thing. All right, 8-time world and Olympic freestyle wrestling champion Sajalayev was denied a travel visa by the Croatian government. Oh, so Croatia said no, essentially.
Oh, it's in Croatia, and okay, that makes sense. Can we stop hosting the worlds in places that do that? Like,
I know.
Like, put them in Antarctica. Like, I don't care. Just somewhere that will take everyone. Like, it's frustrating when we have a world champion, but there's an asterisk by it.
I know, and I feel like that happens every single year.
It does. It literally always does. Olympics, too. Both of them.
Yeah. Yeah, that's okay. All right. So he's out. All right. Well, then I guess that is it for 97. 125. Amir Zar, or is it Zaire?
Sorry, I think it's Zare.
Sorry. Is the projected, gold medalist. Taha Akul is out, and Gino Petrosvili, I think is his name, right?
Yes.
He's out. He's off as well. Wyatt is listed here as one of the title chasers, so it looks like he's at least in the conversation, so that's good. We saw him wrestle 2 weeks ago at RAF. He wrestled somebody who was essentially like 50 pounds lighter than him. He still looked good. He looked pretty good at Final X. There was a couple of questionable situations.
Yeah.
I was like, well. But, if there's a guy on this team that the entire country is behind, it's Wyatt. So
Yeah, Captain America himself. I mean, and I don't think there's anybody else that's had a year like he's had this year. You know what I mean? His trajectory right now is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Guy that never made an NCAA final coming into the year and just won the Hodge. And he beat a guy that would be the clear favorite at this weight. So he clearly can compete with these guys. He's got a chance. He's in the right room. We just talked about all those partners that Ziyad has. I mean, he's got basically the same partners, same coaches. I want to see him go do it, and I think this is the most realistic one where an American can like kind of pull an upset and win, right?
Yeah.
I think it's more likely for him to beat Zare than it is for Sidikov to lose to Carr, right?
Yeah. If Wyatt Hendrickson goes to Croatia and wins a world title, they're 100% going to make a movie about him.
Yes, you have to.
Or at least a documentary.
If he does, and we're getting ahead of ourselves here. If he does, that's got to piss off Gable, right? Like, if it's me, it would. Like, I would be thinking, like, all right, dude, you got lucky. Like, let me actually start trying. And obviously he was trying, but I don't know. Like,
Well,
Stevenson is
it was clear that the only reason he was there was because of the money.
right. True. And he just dropped out of. I don't know. He's trying to fight though, isn't he? LFA or something.
He's fighting on Friday.
He's fighting on Friday.
This,
I didn't know that.
2 days from now.
Let's go. All right.
Yeah,
To me, he doesn't.
I'd like to see that.
To me, he doesn't seem like a fighter.
No.
And maybe that's just kind of his personality more than like. But he's just. I don't know. He just doesn't seem like a fighter to me.
Yeah, like you mean like personality wise, or just the way he carries himself?
Yeah, I guess just both. Yeah, I guess. I mean, stylistically, yeah, he obviously can wrestle, and that will translate amazing. But
I just
don't know if he's like a killer like that. You know, like
I just saw. Do you remember Josh Hokett?
Yeah.
I just saw him on the Dana White Contender Series, and he had the first round of the fight was like pretty close. He was doing a good job of just controlling the guy. You know, he got behind him, kind of like a rear standing position, and he wasn't giving the guy any room to breathe. And then like mid second round, he just kind of overwhelmed the guy and like ground and pound and won. But there were a couple of situations where the guy was able to kind of like counter the wrestling. The thing is, though, with Gable, I truly believe it doesn't matter who he's fighting. If he gets it to the ground, I don't see any heavyweight fighter in the world being able to get up.
I would agree.
Now,
like if he, yeah, I get what you're saying.
But like okay, if he fought Tom Aspinall, like the UFC champ, I don't think Gable would ever be able to take him down. He's just, like, Tom is too small. Like these guys are too seasoned. They know how to defend takedowns. All I'm saying is that if Gable were to get on top of these guys, I don't see a scenario where they'd be able to like get up.
You know better than me because the wrestling in MMA is so much different, and I noticed it too because like you can't shoot a shot from space, you're gonna get kneed in the face. Like there's so many different nuances to it, and like giving up a takedown doesn't necessarily like hurt you if you get right back up. You know what I mean? Like things like that. But I also think like, dude, Gable's maybe the best heavyweight wrestler ever at his prime. You know what I mean? And maybe that's saying too much, but they can teach him how to wrestle in terms of MMA very quickly, I'm sure. You know what I mean? Like, now the striking part is what worries me. Like, he might have a weak chin. He might not be able to throw a kick or check a kick. Or I don't know. I don't know MMA well enough to know those things, but that's what I'd be worried about more than the wrestling.
That's how Brock Lesnar was. Like, he was a fucking beast, but his striking was just wasn't up to snuff.
I mean, that makes sense. It makes sense. You spent your whole life doing something else.
Yeah. No, yeah, and I totally get it. But yeah, I don't know. But yeah, Wyatt, hopefully he can make some noise on the world stage and cap off the greatest year in human history.
Yeah, American history for sure.
Yeah, American history for sure. Okay. We got a few minutes left. Do you want to touch on RAF?
Yeah, we can talk about it. I watched everything except for Wyatt Hendrickson's match. Honestly, I thought it was for some reason I thought Bo Nickel was the main event, and that after that it was over. And it was, you kind of had said you liked it, how it was a little drawn out and like presented and kind of like a UFC card type of thing or like a fight card. I just wanted to watch wrestling, so I was kind of mad that it took like 4 hours to wrestle 10 matches. But so I think I just hopped off assuming it was done when it went to commercial, so I missed that one. You want to start in order? I don't remember what we started with that
night. Nathan Tomasello versus Matt Ramos. Snooze fest. Yeah. It was bad. Well,
I thought
it was high level, but it was boring.
Yes, just not a lot of action. I thought Matt Ramos would win, but he didn't. Tomasello kind of dominated him, honestly, but
yeah, the score didn't really reflect it, but yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, what's after that? We can move on to that one. There wasn't a ton there, and neither of those guys are I mean, they were the first match for a reason. No disrespect.
Hold on, I think I have like a little thing on this. Hold on. Yeah. So Nolf versus Evan Wick was the best match of the night. One of the best matches I've seen in a long time. Just back and forth the whole time, big moves. Like that is what RAF needed to happen.
Yes.
And and I just think they need to do a better job of like identifying the entertaining wrestlers and putting them like hyping them up and putting them in the main event because I feel like it kind of tapered after that.
I get what you're saying. You don't want a snooze fest 2-0 high level match in the main event. You don't. Like as much as that is a good match and like that's what happens when you put two good wrestlers against each other sometimes. Yeah, you need guys like Jason Nolf or like Austin Gomez that are just literally going to let it fly no matter what.
Right. And so like all right, for years and it's even going on right now with other organizations. Wrestling has been trying its hardest to become more commercialized. Okay? Like more fan
More
appeal,
mainstream.
more mainstream, like UFC is. Okay, they're trying to become popular, which is fine, but you have to do it. You have to be smart about how you do it, or else,
Yes.
or else, you know, they'll these casual fans who are maybe just combat sports fans are gonna tune in and they're gonna be like, "This is boring as heck, as fuck," you know, like they're gonna be like, "This is lame. I'm not watching this." I think with RAF1, they did a good job of a few things. Chael Sonnen on the mic was big. I thought that
Yeah.
because he was so good. Okay. I think the surprise guest coming in, Holly Holm,
Yes.
and actually competing well I think that was big too. Okay.
I agree.
So I think that they should keep Chael and they should keep doing something like that where they maybe have a surprise guest come in or something like that. Number and I think the final one was at the end. Wyatt Hendrickson and Mason Paris kind of squared off on the stage and did like a WWE slash UFC kind of face off, and it kind of got chippy. And I think that's great for building a storyline around the next event if they meet up in the next one.
Yeah. Yeah, and then you had, I mean, Austin Gomez. I don't know. I don't remember if he tweeted it or if he said it, but he called out Yanni, said he wanted
Yeah,
to wrestle him after his match, which I think was great too. On the flip side, and we were just talking about how much we liked Riel Woods, but I thought the Riel Woods Darian Caldwell pre-fight presser a little more than staged. I thought. But I guess if that's what you got to do to get popularity, let's do it. Like whatever we have to do to get mainstream, I'm for it. I think the UFC ties is definitely smart. Like keep Chael Sonnen involved. Yeah, if you bring a Holly Holm in, that brings MMA eyes to wrestling. Maybe even bringing like just having those UFC fighters like just watching, just like pan to them in between matches and just say Justin Gaethje's here or whoever it is. You know what I mean? Like that draws eyes to it.
absolutely.
Um, but yeah, I mean, I liked the card. I liked the setup. I mean, I liked it. Like I said, it was a little drawn out for me. I'm not an MMA guy or a fight guy at all, really. Pretty casual when it comes to those. I'm more like I'm used to wrestling tournaments and duels where there's always wrestling happening. So
Right.
I guess I just want the action like quickly. But I liked it. I'd watch it again. I think I paid for it. I think I paid like $9 for it or something like that. So might
Yeah.
as well get my money's worth.
Right. Um, yeah. So I obviously I'm a huge advocate for the sport, so I want to see this do well, and so that's why I'm so like opinionated on some of this stuff. Like some of the cons that I saw, like you said, drawn out. It was a little long, I thought, um, because like I feel like a lot of in MMA, it kind of takes a while for them to like get from the back, like locker room, to the cage, and then like when they're cage side, they're actually like getting like the stuff
Yeah.
put, and they're getting everything checked out, like the gloves and the fingernails, and so that's like a process, right? So they have to go through that, And so this is all, and then the rest of it is kind of like fanfare. But this, it's just like two dudes in singlets just like walking out. So I feel like it still was drawn out, even though there wasn't a ton of like process that they had to go through. Um, the old guys, Lance Palmer and Darian Caldwell,
Caldwell.
I'm not against it. I'm not against having those guys on the card, but have them wrestle each other.
Yeah.
When you have Gomez and Real Woods wrestle guys that are way past their prime, it's risky because it's going to look, a lot of times it's going to look like Gomez versus Palmer, where he's just beating the brakes off him. Those two guys are in the prime of their athletic careers right now. Why are you putting them up against those guys? Like, they're not going to take it easy.
That's a good point. But at the same time, is that what they're trying to do? Because they know it won't be a 1-0 snooze fest? They know somebody's going to get their ass beat? Like, is that what they're looking for?
Maybe. But
you know?
Then they'd have to be, that would be appealing to, I guess,
A casual.
A casual. But, yeah, well, I guess. I don't know. But who knows if that's what a casual would even enjoy? Maybe.
My hot take, there is no such thing as wrestling casuals. And it's never going to happen. Like, as much as we try and I want it to be successful, I truly, truly do. It's not going to be. It's a niche sport, dude. Like, and we can grow it and we can make it a little more mainstream. But we don't punch each other. We're never going to be MMA, dude. We're never going to get that loser in his mom's basement that finds MMA exciting. We're not. Like, that guy's never going to watch wrestling.
So, the same weekend, I think it was the same weekend. The Craig Jones Invitational went on in Vegas, which is jiu-jitsu. And they had a huge arena, and it was packed to the gills.
A couple guys from the ACU team went.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
So, but now that I think about it, I think the reason why jiu-jitsu has more commercial appeal than wrestling is because a 25-year-old college graduate with too much time on his hands can just start doing jiu-jitsu.
Yes, exactly. Because there is casual jiu-jitsu. Like, there's casual there's no such thing as casual wrestling. And maybe that's our fault for, like, kind of pushing away casuals. Because admittedly, like, I hate JV wrestlers. I hate when a kid's a half-in wrestler. You know what I mean? Like, you're either all in or you're not.
Yeah.
So maybe that's wrestling's fault, but I completely agree. That is why jiu-jitsu is popular. Because you can go roll into a gym, pay $10, and learn in, like, 2 days and just start doing it.
Yeah. Well, a friend of mine, we were having this exact discussion, and he mentioned that he thinks that the reason why it would never work in wrestling, there's no like adult classes for like wrestling who just like want to try it, is I just think you when you learn these moves and these movements and the fundamentals as a kid, it's easier to just transition into the next level a little easier. When you're around in your 20s or your 30s, you're going to get hurt. I truly believe that. I think that if there was an adult wrestling gym, it would just be a liability. Because I just think that like these guys, these average Joes would get hurt doing things that, because it's a lot of like on your feet too. Jiu-jitsu is like, if you wanted to, you can just be on the mat the whole time.
Yeah, that's part of it too. Like, you don't need a gas tank for jiu-jitsu, or not as much of a gas tank for jiu-jitsu. Like you said, you could just pull guard, roll around. Like, dude, I could wrestle top and bottom all day still. Like, I can still wrestle top and bottom with my college self. Now we get on our feet, it's over. Yeah. I can't hang on my feet.
No. Yep. That's where you get gassed. Is on the foot.
Yes, agreed. 100% agreed. Yeah, I don't think we'll ever be jiu-jitsu, sadly. You're right. If an adult wrestling class happened, the day one, somebody would post with their fingers to the outside and snap their elbow. Guaranteed. Like, it's just, they just don't know it. They just don't know it.
I think that wrestling, the best chance that wrestling has to become like as commercially accessible and appeal and have that commercial appeal like jiu-jitsu would be if we just kept focusing on NCAA folk style wrestling. I think it's the most exciting environment. I think folk style is just inherently better than freestyle in my opinion. And it gets schools involved.
Yes, that's exactly. Yes, you hit the nail on the head.
Yeah.
That's why NCAAs is so popular. It's because they're not wrestling for themselves; they're wrestling for the Buckeyes or the Spartans or the
Yeah.
whoever it is. Like
And
there's
I feel like
there's
there's more of a chance of a casual being involved with NCAA wrestling because they went to Ohio State. Or
yes
they
because of
went
the logo on the
to,
singlet.
yes.
Yes, I agree 1,000%, and that's why I think national duels is our way to get it more mainstream. Duels are so much more exciting. Like
Yeah.
if you threw Oklahoma State and Penn State in a duel right now, and you asked me, would you rather go watch that or go watch NCAAs? I'd probably go to that duel.
Ooh. Wait,
How about this?
the
National.
national.
If you gave me a real national duel tournament with Penn State there, with all the top 10 teams there, I'd go to that duel tournament
Oh
over
yeah,
individual.
is Penn State the only one in the top 10 that's missing?
Yeah,
Damn, bro. They're just gaslighting all of us.
they're gonna go eventually. I think.
Well, it's
If
a money thing too now.
Yeah, well, they don't need the money, but
I mean, yeah, I guess they don't need it, but dude, people, money's still
true.
good, you know.
I think as soon as, and I don't know if they'll ever do it, but as soon as like the NCAA regulates a dual tournament, Penn State will go. If they awarded a national champion, there's no way Penn State's skipping that, right?
No, yeah, obviously, if the NCAA sanctioned it, yes, they would.
Yeah,
Yeah, 100%.
that's what we need to do.
But all right, well, we touched on it.
All right, that was a good one. Not bad.
Yeah. Anything else?
Um, no, I think when are we coming back after Worlds? We'll give like a recap.
Yeah, we'll do a recap on Worlds, and then hopefully this weekend maybe we could stay engaged with the Instagram. I don't know.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, like post some, you know, I'll get some ideas flowing. But
Yeah, if you guys watched this far, shout out to you. We kind of took the summer off, but we'll be back. We're gonna be active. It's wrestling season. It's kind of preseason, but it's coming back.
yeah, hopefully I'd like to touch on, you know, like a lot of the big, you know, like high school events like Iron Man this season, and
Yeah,
like, you know, like with college like CKLV. I'm thinking ahead, but yeah, like I'm just super excited. You know, wrestling's like creeping its way back into our lives. You know, so but yeah, as always, thank you for watching. Crespo, you got anything?
Legalize stalling. That's it. Thanks for watching, guys. Deuces.
Peace out.